Hi everybody. I'm doing my final video. I never thought actually this day would come, and there were days when I didn't think that I was going to make it. So just kind of doing the reflection. I prefer doing videos versus typing. It might be the little dyslexic child in me where I have, issues doing the paragraphs and the writing, and I prefer just talking, as we all know from the VR. So on my reflection, the first question is what have I learned during my clinical practice? I think I've learned a lot. When I originally started thinking about teaching, I was going to go into, general ed. I had third grade lined up, and in August, an opportunity came for me to teach at Chartwell, which is the school for students with dyslexia. And as I've come over the last couple of months, I've learned that the school actually has students with some emotional needs as well. And so during this clinical practice, I definitely think it has stretched me a whole lot more of how to deal with kids that may have emotional issues, how to really modify things for them. Because of this environment, sometimes the academics are not stressed as much. It's a lot more about the emotional status. So that is one thing. The next, how have I grown professionally as a teacher? I think that professionally I have, I see the whole big picture probably a little bit better, like being in here a little bit further of the dynamics from, shifting classes and students going into classes and how to find a good match. And some kids don't necessarily mesh with other kids or even other teachers, and the ebb and flow, and not taking it personally. And just because a kid doesn't connect with you does not mean it should be personal. And I think for me, that is probably a struggle because I want to connect with everybody, and I sometimes do make it personal to myself. How does it impact my students' learning and performances? Like I said earlier, is the emotional component, which is huge here at Chartwell. I think that has really played a bigger picture in teaching than probably even the Teach Now program has prepared us for, and that's kind of just getting in the field or getting down and dirty into everything is the emotional component. And if the students are not emotionally ready to learn, then academics are really kind of takes a back seat. And I really think that the lesson plans and actually processing and thinking about it, like as much as I write the lesson plan, I think executing actually how you do it, that is probably another growth, because for me, I know I need to probably develop a little bit more as I don't want to say necessarily wing it, but when I do have a more developed plan, I feel much more confident, and that butterfly in my stomach kind of goes away because I know a little bit more what I'm doing, and sometimes I want to wing it just because I'm exhausted. And so I know that I probably need to develop those on a more consistent basis. I have the unit plans and all that stuff, but the daily ins and outs, which just takes time in doing. Overall, it has been a challenging semester for me personally with my daughter's surgery and this job and the hours. This job is unlike public education, where I thought I was actually going to be doing my clinical practice. So my whole shift kind of this fall took a turn that I didn't know, but I'm just kind of growing where I'm planted and gonna take it from there. So that is kind of how I feel at this point. All of that stuff. Anyways, that's my story. Thanks.